Hey everybody, it's Greg, and I'm excited to be the one to announce our next guest for the game we'll be playing, which is Toon, which is a cartoon world. It's going to be Jeff Burklow, who is Brad Burklow, our DM, his older brother. Much, much, much older brother, it would appear. And like I mentioned before, we're going to be playing Toon. It's a very weird twist on what we've been doing so far, and you'll probably have a lot of questions, and it's going to feel out of place, but we promise we'll bring it together, and the Brad Explains will help kind of clear some things up there. So sit back and enjoy the wonderful world of Toon.
So the blackness that surrounded you starts to fade out, Ovak, and a flood of colors comes in, but they seem different somehow. Almost don't want to say pastel type colors, but it's not like natural colors. It's almost as if you're in a painting or something, or perhaps a drawing of some kind.
Was it like Picasso painting?
Is his eye on his ear?
Is this his blue period?
No, what actually
Moving on.
You kind of realize that the best way to describe it is that you're in like a moving painting,
Okay.
or a moving drawing of colors and not just regular stuff. For Nate, you're in a cartoon.
Okay.
You're like a drawn cartoon character. Okay? But you still see your little dwarven fat fingers and everything, but it's all animated cartoon style.
Just like white big gloves and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you only have 4 fingers now. Oh no, crap. What the? But yeah, and you kind of look around and you see that you're in like a really nicely decorated entryway or foyer, perhaps, of some mansion or something. And standing with you is Grug. There. Grug is there.
I'm just going to go hug him.
Okay.
I'm going to be very confused by this.
But there's also a very large human-like. A human-like dog is standing on its hind 2 legs, kind of standing there, and he's got this sort of like dumb look on his face, like
Okay.
and he's standing there with you, kind of, you 3 are all standing there, and as you kind of go over to hug Grug, and the dog's just kind of looking at you, smiling. So,
Grug, say hello, Ovak.
Hi, I missed you. You died, I guess. But
Grug?
you're back now?
Grug no die, Grug. Take a nap after a crossing bridge with waterfall.
No, you were dead. I gave you a hug and said farewell.
that means you're dead.
That means you're dead. it's fact.
Yeah, it's the hug of death.
Yeah. Grug confused. How Grug here then?
That is the question of the day.
Ooh, Grug loves questions of the day. He's a real sucker for trivia.
And so as we're hugging, I'm just going to kind of whisper into his ear.
Whoa.
I love you.
Yeah. What, is this dog still staring at us?
I'm gonna peek over his shoulder toward the dog.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are good friends.
Do you know him?
Grug thinks this is awkward.
I feel like he is on the same level as you, so maybe you talk to him?
Grug say okay. Grug say hello, friend.
Are we still hugging?
I'm gonna let go. After I say okay, we let go. I'm gonna walk over to the dog.
Hi, Seymour.
Grug? Not Seymour? Oh. Grug be Seymour.
Yeah, you get
Grug say Seymour say hello.
Okay. Doofus says hello.
I'm gonna turn back to Ovak. Grug don't know. Grug confused.
So then I'm gonna turn to Doofus. Hey, listen.
Yes, it is unveiled. That's it. That's all you need to do.
That's perfect.
We're done.
Listen, can you tell us anything about this land?
Well... this land is our land.
Is it my land as well?
Sure, I suppose.
Okay, to break up the awkward conversation, a door opens up and a cartoon gentleman dressed as a butler walks in, and he says, "Gentlemen, yes, please accompany me. The master will see you now." And he just very snootily, his eyes are still like so squinted they're almost closed as his nose is up in the air, head turned back, and he turns and starts going back through the door he just came from.
All right, I guess we follow.
Doofus, why don't you lead the way? I'll cover your 6.
Sure, that's great. I hope he has snacks.
Okay, so he leads you into sort of another room that's really nicely adorned, and it's like a sitting room or a study. And there is a well-dressed older gentleman. You know, his hair's all slicked back, and he's got a white suit on with a little black bow tie, kind of like Colonel Sanders. But he's reclining behind a desk, and he says, "Hi, gentlemen. Glad that you could make it in here." So I've decided instead of New York, maybe I'll make him Southern.
Okay, perfect. Colonel Sanders, that works.
Yeah.
Wait,
Same
so
rank.
now there's 2 colonels in the room? Who takes charge?
Uh-oh.
I pull out a grenade.
I'm so glad that you could assist me with this endeavor. You see, we must acquire I'm a collector of sorts, to make things simple. And as you can see by my establishment, I have a lot of very nice and fancy things. And, well, what I would like from you gentlemen is for you to acquire for me a very rare and special breed of avian, of bird standing. It's called a Fowl bird. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
Doofus is actually over by a china cabinet saying, "Ooh, these are fancy." He's like reaching up to grab a plate.
Oh, please there, Mr. Doofus, if you would refrain from pawing my collectibles.
Can I do a check to see if I know what a Fowl bird is?
Sure.
I do not know what a Fowl bird. I needed a 4 or less, and I rolled a 10. So
Well, I can explain to you if you have questions about what exactly a Fowl bird is. You see, it's a very rare and beautiful and special bird that I would like you to go to collect for me. And that's really all you need to know. I mean, to sum it all up.
Grug Wonder, alive or dead? Oh, I guess that would be character.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime, just sort of as a reminder to my players and audience. Yeah, anytime Grug speaks to Ovac, use your Grug and Ovac voice. But anytime you're speaking to other characters or anything like that, then yeah, use...
Grug, see, wants to know if you want this bird alive or if you want it dead, see?
I believe your paper says your name is Seymour.
Oh, yeah, see? Seymour needs to know.
Oh, yeah, anyway, yeah, we will be needing the bird alive. I would like to view it in its living status, if you know what I mean. You know, its plumage is, fluffy and feathered and fantastically fabulous.
When we go to get the Fowl bird, do we get to ride in a car? Can I stick my head out the window?
I'm afraid the Fowl bird's location is in darkest Africa, and you will have to go on foot. But good thing darkest Africa is located just outside of town.
Oh, that's great.
I'm Seymour Sand, see? I was wondering if you needed some sand. Sport these walls, see?
The foundation is very stable in my abode, but I do appreciate your concern with the stability of this residence.
Okay.
Does this bird look anything like a vulture? Because I hate vultures.
I do not believe so. No one has ever seen a Fowl bird.
Well, if it does resemble one, then it's dead.
Well, hopefully it doesn't then, for my cause as well as the successful completion of your assignment. Anyway, I believe we are wasting time with this small talk. Please, if you would be so kind as to return to me the fool bird.
Okay.
Let's move out.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad we don't have to ride in the car. Last time I rode in the car, I came back from the doctor and something was missing.
Jesus. Okay. As we walk away. We're going to fade to black. That's it right there.
All right. So as you're heading out, the butler who, Jeeves or whatever, he kind of comes out. He's got a big golden platter with 3 very nicely packaged things, like boxes with very, elaborate decorations on them. And there's 3 of them on this platter. And he says, "Oh, yes, the master would like to provide your provisions for your journey. So he has collected 1 for each of you. Please refrain from opening them until you get into Darkest Africa, where you can use your provisions to sustain yourself for your long journey."
I guess we'll take one.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah.
Oh boy, presents!
Basically, yeah. So yeah, you get the presents and then the provisions, and make your way toward Darkest Africa. Now, good thing Darkest Africa is right outside of town. However, Africa is right outside of town. You still have to find Darkest Africa. So
This place is very strange.
Isn't Darkest Africa just 2 clicks to the left of Africa?
well, you could always follow the signs. You're gonna look for some sign. Yeah. And sure enough, as you get to the edge of the town, there's a big wooden arrow sign that across it is read Africa, and it's pointing that way, pointing right.
Yeah, see, I guess we better go to Africa first, see? Sell some sand on the way. Make a little dollar.
You probably do need to replenish your supplies, don't you?
Actually, I don't know.
Well, no, because one of your things is that you have just an endless supply of sandbags.
Oh, would Grug know that, though?
And it's sand. He probably just picks up grains. He's like, that's a good one.
That's a keeper.
I'm collecting grains of sand. That's intense right there.
With tweezers.
Making sandbags 1 grain of sand at a time.
Yeah.
Only the best.
Sure, I have an endless supply, and I know this.
Yeah.
Actually, while we're traveling, I do want to take a minute to, hone in all of the information I can from this guy.
Okay.
And also, I was thinking, too, while we were talking to the guy, size-wise, we've never determined this. So Grug's pretty tall.
Yeah, Grug's a giant of a man.
But this Seymour Ant guy,
it's about
Seymour Sand.
2.5 feet tall.
Right, 2.5 feet. So do I still see things as like a 2.5 feet Grug? Or do I still see things as the 6 foot
No, I guess
Grug?
you'd see the 2.5 feet.
Right.
So like when Ovak
hugged me, so I was like...
yeah, he's a kangaroo,
Right.
and you're a 2 foot tall ant.
So my head was where it probably shouldn't have been.
At my knee?
Yeah, let's go knee.
Knee,
Yeah.
knee. Yes,
yeah.
definitely. That's
Depends on how long down it goes. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. My God, to your knee. Okay, so
yeah.
so everybody's quite a bit bigger than me then.
Yeah, which
would be
you're-
odd.
Yeah, you're not used to that.
Yeah,
Looking
okay.
up to everyone.
Yeah. Okay, I was just thinking about that. What was the question? Where were we? Oh, I was doing an intelligence check. I wanted to do a check to see how much information I can gather about this Seymour guy. What
Okay.
he is, who he is, all
Well,
that
a
stuff.
lot of that in this, like the general stuff, using skills and stuff, or where you kind of have to get your muscle memory and stuff isn't there, so you
Right.
have to kind of get used to it.
Right.
But knowing about yourself, you've done it enough now, where you know kind of how to do that inner search to find out about
Okay.
the body you're inhabiting.
Only because these rolls are hard as balls.
Correct. Yeah, Toon is designed to fail a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get the gist of your character. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
2.5 foot tall ant named Seymour Sand who sells sandbags to everybody. Doesn't like boots, anteaters, or magnifying glasses. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And he has a briefcase, which would be important.
Yeah, and he's very confident.
Yeah. Oh, he sells the hell out of sandbags.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then we have a kangaroo.
Yep, I am a Colonel Kangaroo. Everyone might know me when I was a lesser rank, but I'm Colonel now. My natural enemies are vultures, spiders, and snakes, and I mainly just want to knock all of my enemies out. Oh, and my number one possession is my father's watch.
That you kept.
That you can. You know what this watch has been through. Nice. You're sort of like a military background.
Yeah.
But still cartoon kangaroo.
But very, very rough for Cartoon World.
Okay. Well, you like to think of yourself as rough for Cartoon World. We'll just wait to see what happens.
Cartoon World will be rough with you.
Yeah. And then we have Doofus the dog.
Doofus the dog, who's basically a human-sized dog who's walking on his back legs usually. His natural enemies are cats and dog catchers.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't. Is Doofus the kind of dog that would like go after and?
Oh no, he would run in terror of them.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh! And then he's loyal to a fault, and he's constantly looking for his owner.
That's so sweet.
And so is his owner out there lost somewhere, or he just perceives everyone as his owner?
Possibly. Anyone who's with him is basically his owner.
Oh, okay, got it.
Twist, his owner's a dog catcher.
No!
All right, so the journey to Darkest Africa.
So Doofus runs smack into the sign because when he heard Darkest Africa, he just put his collar up over his eyes so he couldn't see to make it dark. So.
Got it. Now it has become dark Africa, but
Yeah.
Not the darkest.
Oh, darn it.
yeah. So and funny you should say that because after Doofus collects himself and you start heading in the direction that the arrow is pointing, after about a 5-minute walk, you come to another arrow that says Dark Africa. Same direction.
I'm not a big fan of walking,
Okay.
so I'm going to reach into my handy briefcase and pull out something a little more mobile.
Okay. Why don't you see what you pull out? See if you successfully pull out something from
Rolled
your
an
briefcase.
8, needing a 5 or less.
Oh no. So
What do I get out of there?
You actually pull out a mouse trap.
Damn.
But it snaps on your fingers when you pull it out. You're like, oh, look. And just for that split second, as you realize it's a mousetrap, it goes off and snaps your fingers, and you take 4 points of damage.
Does he kind of fly up in the air like spread eagle, like, yeah?
Yeah, he gets really big, and lightning bolts kind of come out of him. Oh, you get that? And then he lands back on the ground, shaking the mousetrap off of his fingers.
I'm gonna play it off pretty cool, though. Yeah, see? It's for all the mice around here, see?
What are you trying to conjure there?
Just trying to find something a little more mobile, see? Maybe,
I got a pouch.
well, hot damn, see? I'm gonna hop in that pouch.
I pick him up and I just put him in my pouch.
Oh boy, can I go too? I jump in the pouch.
Okay, so yeah, Doofus is trying to wiggle his head is stuck down in
Yeah,
your
the back
pouch.
half, the legs are kicking.
But he's much too big to fit in there, I'm sure.
No, there's no room. Get out.
Actually, Doofus, you need to make a smarts check, and I need Colonel Kangaroo. Why don't you make a smarts check also?
So, question.
Yeah,
Is this a 2d6 roll?
it's a 2d6, and you need your smarts or less.
So I have to roll less than a 1?
Correct. So
On
you,
2d6.
So you fail. But
9.
There's going to be a modifier for. Well, you failed by 8 then, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you obviously can't fit into the pouch as Doofus the dog, who is the same size pretty much as Colonel Kangaroo, has got his head down in your pouch, but you're just too stupid to know you can't fit, so you fit.
So I just kind of shimmy in there.
And it's extremely uncomfortable for Colonel Kangaroo, but you're taken aback by the fact that he's actually fitting in there.
And of course, from the bottom. Oh, you're a customer, see? I can't quite. It hurts, see?
Can I try and use my muscles in my stomach to push that, kind of reverse fart?
Fart from your pouch, take a poop. Take a Doofus dog poop out of your pouch.
Is that how kangaroos do it? I've always wondered. I've always curious.
And
So
I mean,
are you going to? He doesn't seem to be weighing you down at all. This is uncomfortable, but it's not really slowing you down at all.
All right, as long as it's not like slowing me down, it's minor discomfort. Then I'll allow it.
Yeah, you're like, whatever works.
Yeah, this is new. I don't know.
It's really hot in here. Yeah.
Isn't it gooey?
If it wasn't before, it is now.
We're moving on now. As soon as it gets gooey, I'm out.
Yeah. Seymour, you do kind of, because you're smaller, you kind of wiggle your way up, so your head is poking out of like the edge of the pouch.
Okay.
But Doofus is taking up almost all of it. He's got his arms and shoulders and head are sticking up out of the pouch. He's wide-eyed looking around.
This is great.
So then, yeah, I'm just gonna start running along, trying to get past.
All right.
Can I read the signs and everything? Like me myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, because being from, Greyhawk D&D world, all the languages in these other worlds have been hard for you to decipher, and either you can barely do it or you just can't do it, even though you are literate. But something about this place, you're able to read the simple signs right off the bat. It seems to be written in a language you can just understand.
Okay.
Almost as if it was for a child.
Perfect. Perfect for me.
But yeah, the arrow that said Africa, and then you followed it, and it said Dark Africa. You kind of keep going, and it says Darker Africa with an arrow. And the jungle seems to be getting a little more dense. And, a little while later, you get to the arrow, and it's not an arrow anymore. It's just a square sign post that says, "Welcome to Darkest Africa."
Okay.
Are there like eyeballs all peeking out of the dark and stuff?
Yes, it's actually quite scary. But the path seems to be well lit, but it's like jungle noises and,
But then we turn to look and like it all gets quiet.
All
and
the
eyes shut.
the eyeballs go away.
Can I read? Can Grug read? Because I know Grug can't.
No, you can't.
Okay.
But you can read these signs.
Oh, okay.
For the first time ever, you're able
Wow.
just to make sense of what they say.
I'm not going to do anything else but just read.
Well, it's Darkest Africa.
I'm just going to keep reading it because I can do it.
Just pull out a book out of your briefcase.
Yeah, looks like we're here, see?
All right, everybody get out.
Wow. That's an impressive. That's good. I did. Wow. How do you...
I have a thing in front of my mouth.
All right.
So you guys are all out, and you start kind of looking around. Is there anything specific that you want to do? You're in Darkest Africa. Now find the Fugelbird.
Yeah, what... Do we know anything about... I don't know anything about a Fugelbird. I don't know where we would even go.
I just start looking at the trees.
I start sniffing around on all fours.
Okay. Go ahead and do a see, hear, smell roll there, doofus dog.
7. I needed an 8, so...
Okay. So very faintly down the path, from the direction of the path that leads deeper into Darkest Africa, you hear very faint, what sound like sort of turkey or chicken noises. Very faint. Something like that.
That's exactly what they sound like.
So I immediately go into like the pointer dog mode. Boing!
See, it looks like our fella found something.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to jump on his back.
Oh!
Who's back? Colonel Kangaroo's?
No.
Oh, again! Into the pouch.
I'm going to jump on the back of Doofus.
Okay.
Yeah, sick him, boy, sick him.
Okay. It's at that time that you hear, coming from the trees, you hear, and swinging into the midst of you, bowling you over like bowling pins as you go flying. Nobody takes damage, but you kind of scatter. And landing, letting go of the vine, is a specimen of a man. He's bare-chested, really muscular, blonde, perfectly wavy, clean blonde hair, shiny white teeth. And he lands and says, "You are not welcome here in my jungle." And then he beats his chest and goes,
Is he wearing any clothes?
yeah, like a loincloth.
I'm only 2 feet tall.
He's very-
How close is he to me?
Far enough away that
Okay.
it's not too unpleasant.
Okay.
But yeah, he's definitely like one of those like 1930s Tarzan guys that where's he brush his teeth? How does he comb his hair and get it clean?
I'm going to start walking up to him. Now, see, I'm Seymour Sand. It looks like you need some sand, see?
Sand! in the jungle? Makes no sense. You will leave. You are not welcome in darkest Africa. And he's got his hands on his hides.
Listen here, and I poke him in the chest. Tell us where the bird is.
Jeez. Or else. I feel like there should be an or else on there.
He goes, it looks like you will not listen to my advice, so I will have to make you leave forcibly. And he cups his hands around his mouth and goes, and then the largest gorilla that you ever seen kind of comes just busts its way out of the jungle. Looks very angry. It's, probably 12 feet tall, just this huge monster of a gorilla. And I'd like everybody to identify dangerous thing. Everybody make an identify dangerous thing roll.
Not even looking at my dice, because I need to get a 1 or less.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed as well.
I rolled a 9. Needing a 9.
Okay. So, Colonel Kangaroo, you realize that this gorilla is able to just basically one punch pound somebody into the dirt. But
I run right over.
Yeah.
Oh boy, a monkey! Oh, I love monkeys!
Okay, so Doofus, you're running up to him. Colonel Kangaroo, you kind of take a step back and survey the situation, planning escape routes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm walking with the Tarzan guy still, like, see, you can never have too much
He's
sand,
just standing,
see?
and he kind of laughs. He's like, "Ha ha! Now you're going to get it." And the gorilla, really angry, kind of looks at everybody, assesses the situation also, and just kind of raises his right hand up in a fist and just brings it hammer style just down on the top of the Tarzan guy's head and just drives him into the dirt. And then looks at you guys.
I'm just bouncing around him like, oh boy, a monkey!
All right, so after seeing the Tarzan dude get crushed, I'm going to open my present and see if I have, anything useful to distract this gorilla.
Okay. So yeah, the present was the provisions that were provided for you. And you open it up, and the magnificent package opens, the gold foil shimmering in what light there is shining down on the path, and the ribbons fall off of it as you open it up. And inside there is a can of soda, generic brand soda, and a banana.
Oh, man. I was going to make a dick in a box joke about Doofus. I think I got part of Doofus in here.
Oh, you found it!
So I'm going to pull out the banana
Oh, okay.
and see if he wants that.
Yeah. So you pull out the banana from the box, and he looks like he was about to just grind Seymour into dirt. Kind of ignoring the bouncy Doofus, really. But looking at Seymour, he was just going to grind him in. But you pull out a banana, and he stops and kind of peeks up. His eyes get big, and he goes, hmm? And then he kind of runs on his knuckles over to you, and he's like, hey. It's a big smile as he's looking at you and the banana.
I'll give you this banana if you take us to the Fowl herd.
Okay, with that, he just reaches out really quickly and swipes the banana, and then leaps and disappears into the trees.
Okay.
Should we follow him?
We could, I guess. We don't really have any leads other than this.
Oh, yeah, you do. The sound of the turkey chicken noise is coming from ahead down the road.
I don't know, turkeys or gorillas. Which one do you guys want to follow?
Well, I'm over in front of the Tarzan guy still. At this point, I have
he's out. He's
like accordion.
Yeah, he's got the thing going around his head and everything. But I'm setting up an inflatable, pouring sand in front to make it look like a beach. Yeah, see, I have a beach right in the middle of the forest, see? Got it all, set up and ready to go.
No one. I don't know what to do. Let's just follow the chicken sounds, because no one's helping.
So you put up some military hand gestures and giving silent commands through your hand gestures, but nobody's even looking at you.
I just start waving at him, thinking he's waving.
Yeah. Let's push north.
Yeah, let's move. Head out.
Okay. So Colonel Kangaroo and Doofus start going.
No, she gotta go. I'll be back.
Apparently, before he can before Tarzan Man can regain his senses,
Yeah, your sand delivery will be here on Tuesday. Thanks for the fingerprint.
he's like, I ordered
Toss him an
sand."
invoice.
Yeah. I just put his fingerprint on a piece of paper. That's as good as a signature. See, we'll be back later.
Okay, so you guys start heading down the road. And it's not long before you notice like a sort of the path widens, and there's like a little spot beside the road, and curled up, sort of resting on its two front limbs, is a sickly old scrawny tiger. Like you can see its ribs poking through its sides and stuff.
I'm gonna open my present.
Okay, inside is a soda and a banana. But the soda's very generic.
Okay. It just says cola.
Yeah.
Carbonated drink.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if it was different. I was hoping it was different.
But the tiger appears to be sleeping. It doesn't notice you.
There's a big kitty over there. I whisper.
I feel like we probably shouldn't confront it. We should sneak around.
Okay, as you're discussing, you notice that it opens one of its eyes really big and kind of starts looking around.
I just freeze. Maybe it won't see me if I stop moving.
Okay.
I do the tiptoe thing, like the ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling.
Okay, you actually that noise happens as well as you start doing. So, do you have like a sneak or?
My sneak is 3
All right, you got this.
on 2d6.
Wow.
Here we go.
Your skills are amazing.
10.
So yeah, you're like, yeah, maybe like a little tutu appears around your
Sure.
waist, ballerina style, as you start
I've got my arms up over my head,
as you start sneaking
Pirouette.
past it. Yeah, and the tiger kind of licks its lips as it sees a big fat doofus dog walking by.
I don't even notice.
Right. And then it says, "Looks like I'm going to finally get a little snack."
At this point, I have approached the tiger,
Okay.
pitched my spiel about selling sand, and have dropped 2 sandbags on his tail in an attempt to display the power of sandbags.
So go ahead and roll 2d6 for me.
5.
Okay. You drop the sand on its tail as it starts to move toward
Doofus.
and then the sand is keeping it. It's like
Yeah.
it's moving its feet trying to get to Doofus, but the sandbags are keeping it from moving.
See the power of sand, see?
Never underestimate the power of sand.
Yeah. I can get you 5 bags by Wednesday, see? Got a delivery just down the road.
That's why you're my tactician. You're always thinking ahead.
All right, so yeah, the tiger, in frustration, stops trying to go after Doofus and stops and puts both of its front hands on its tail and yanks it out from under the sandbag.
Wait, so the tiger has hands?
Well, yeah.
Is that like spiders having paws?
Yeah, it's similar. It's similar.
This is a cat with spider-likeness to him,
Oh,
So he's a spider.
that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
but there's no babies around.
Yeah, where are the babies at?
So, yeah, it pulls its tail out from the sandbags, and it's like, throbbing red, boom, 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 at the end of its tail, and it like goes, and it looks at you, and it's like, "You're not much to eat."
I got just a thing for that tail for you. I'm going to reach in my briefcase. On a 5.
Oh,
I'm needing a 5.
Nice.
What do you?
I'm going to pull out a...
pork sandwich.
big leg dinosaur,
Big T-bone or something.
Flintstone style bone with this big meat on it,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just like a big... Yeah, big chunk of meat
a chunk of meat,
on the end of a bone. Yeah.
and its eyes get really big. What?
Yeah, see? Why don't you go make yourself a sandbag home in the woods there, see?
Maybe we should ask if he's seen the Fogal bird.
The Fugabord bird.
Bird board.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he grabs the steak. He's like, "Woo!" and he starts eating it.
See, you already botched it.
Ah. Man, you seen a bird around here, see? Goes by the name Fugal.
Okay, actually, as soon as you mention that, he stops eating and he looks up at you. His eyes get really big. No, take the steak, and he pushes it back to you. And he, really scared, pounces and bounces and runs into the woods, into the jungle.
Yeah, it turns out like he hasn't seen him, see?
I think he did, but I feel like he'd be running the other way. So I don't think the Fogelbird's off in that direction. We shouldn't follow him.
At this point, Doofus turns around and sees the big steak, what's left of it, and it's like the, oh, like he just like, whoa! He runs over and
It
just
seems
eats
to be
it.
it seems to be glowing.
Glowing,
Everything
yeah.
else around it fades.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll a muscle check.
Just straight up muscle. Yep. 2d6. Mm-hmm. No.
Okay. So you eat it, but you eat it so fast that you start getting indigestion.
Back in the pouch for him.
And just like a dog when he eats really fast, gets sick and throws up.
Ooh, I run over, open up the pouch.
Whoa. I am not okay with that. I'm going to dodge.
You actually need to make a smarts roll, Colonel Kangaroo.
Okay.
Oh no.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you actually don't know what he's doing. you're like, what are you doing? Kind of thing. You're in this state. The state in Toon where that occurs is called boggled.
Oh.
And it happens a lot. Basically, I just the animator, which is the name of the GM in Toon, is called the animator. I just intervene and say, no, you don't get to do anything because this is going to happen. And then, so go ahead and Doofus the dog.
Cool. I love vomit in my pouch.
That's probably why it was gooey before.
This has happened.
Hey, listen, Seymour, can you like conjure a hose or something?
You know what's good at soaking up dog vomit?
I was just going to say, yeah, see, you know what you need there? Some sand. Say 2 bags of sand right here. And I pulled 2 bags out right on the ground. Yeah, some sand for you.
That would be a fast talk.
$23.50. Fast talk? Oh, I'm going to 9. Needing a 9.
9 needing a 7.
So yeah, Seymour Sand convinces Colonel Kangaroo that sand would solve all of his problems right now with this vomited pouch.
Although, as Doofus does that and then spins around, his big back end whacks the pouch so that everything kind of just shoots up in the air.
Like, slapping a open Ziploc bag full of vomit and it sprays up.
It's airborne.
Sure.
Oh, not enough sand in the world. See you later.
Now, since this is a thrown object, I can dodge it.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
Dodge the raining vomit.
Yeah.
Yay!
I better attempt to dodge it as well. I failed it by 1.
So, yeah, the puke goes flying up in the air, and Colonel Kangaroo bounces out of the way, but because he was in mid-transaction purchasing those sandbags, he kind of draws Seymour Sand to stand in his spot, and all the vomit just rains and basically buries Seymour Sand for a moment in vomit.
We should go look for the Fogelbird, but first we have to find Seymour.
Yeah, he's got sand to absorb it.
Yeah, you just see the vomit just disappearing around him as sand is replacing it.
Yeah, magically, the sand does its job and absorbs it all, so... All right. That being done, you hear now a little bit louder.
So it's like a turkey chicken.
It's a turducken.
A turducken. Yeah.
But it's coming from up ahead. It's closer. You're getting closer.
All right, I guess we just go after that noise. Whatever it is.
I feel like you should be like, flanking positions, everybody.
Spread out. 3-man squad.
Get down. Shut up.
All right, keep going that way, I guess.
Okay. So as you keep going a little bit further, the jungle path of darkest Africa with the dense jungles on the side ends, and it opens into a large clearing with some sort of strange Aztec-looking step pyramid in the middle of this huge clearing.
I feel like that's the bunker.
Oh, God, what have we done? I'm going to reach into my bag.
Okay.
5 or less. Briefcase, I should say, sorry. Roll the 5. Ooh, I'm hot today. I want to pull out some kind of flying mechanism that I can hop on and kind of scout ahead, kind of fly up there and fly around the open area, see if I can find it, and then come back.
Gyrocopter.
Nope, you pull out, and what you pull out is another ant, but this is a flying ant.
Perfect.
And it is actually your aunt, whose name is Ant. So she's
Okay.
Ant the ant.
Roger. So I'm going to
Flying
ride.
ant.
I'm going to
No
ride.
ant, yeah.
Ride Ant the ant.
Okay.
We'll be right back. See, we're gonna see what we can find.
Well,
See,
she more or less carries you.
right.
Yeah.
I'm
As you're
gonna tap her twice on the butt.
Your ant?
That's like that in the family.
well, but she's just like an actual ant. She's not like she can't talk and stuff. She's just a really big ant. All right. So she's carrying you around. You're flying around. Do you have tracking?
So track cover tracks. So 4.
Okay, that's
Rolled a 9.
okay. Yeah. So you're flying around, and Ant the Ant's carrying you around, and you're looking around, and you notice that really what you notice is that it's really green, and it would definitely improve with some landscaping, like a sand moat, or maybe like a little sand pit, or maybe a sandbox for some kids if they were wanting to play. But anyway, that's you're
Okay.
very
Can
preoccupied.
I drop a couple sandbags out of my pockets
For
as
free?
we go? You got to demo the product
Okay.
to get it to move in the doors
Okay,
sometimes.
gotcha.
Samples.
All right, yeah. So you're doing that. What do we got going on in Colonel Kangaroo and Doofus Dog?
I'm gonna do like a
You just talk like this all the time.
A shoot and scoot. I'm kind of like throwing things to see if there's any artillery shooting at me.
Landmines, artillery.
Just making my way.
Are you like low crawling?
Just can I? Yeah, I guess I can crawl. Yeah, I'll crawl.
So you're like low crawling just through this open, grassy, flat, open field.
With Doofus just standing
You're like
next to you.
throwing a rock 10 feet ahead and then crawling the 10 feet to the rock and then throwing it.
Just making sure it's safe.
Got a ghillie suit on.
Okay, what are you doing, Doofus?
Doofus dives into the bushes looking for the bird and stuff. It kind of, you see the bushes sort of rumble around and stuff, and he pops back out. He's got like leaves all adorning him, and like spear and like mud and stuff on him, so he looks sort of like an Aztec warrior for a second outside the Aztec pyramid, and then he's like, I didn't find anything. So then he kind of shakes, and everything flies off him.
Okay. So as you do that, you hear the
Ah, crap.
and swinging into the clearing, landing right beside, but slightly behind Colonel Kangaroo, and letting go of the vine and landing is the big, burly, beautiful, well-chiseled Tarzan man. You did not take my advice and leave the jungle, and now you see you're in trouble.
Does he see me? Is he just talking in general?
He does not see you. Apparently, he doesn't see you because he's kind of talking to Doofus and Seymour, who's flying around. But he apparently doesn't see you. Your low crawling and stuff is working.
Do I see Colonel Kangaroo? Does Doofus see Colonel Kangaroo?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, what would that be? See, hear, smell?
You can just basically, in this kind of setting.
Oh, I would have made it. All right. I just go over and tap him on the shoulder. I said, I think he's a little bit more buff than you.
Get out of here.
Oh, I don't think he sees you.
He sees you, though.
You're hiding really well.
Who are you talking to, dog?
Oh, no, nobody.
Okay, then.
Does he like turn around? And,
Yeah, he's fine with that. You're not talking to anybody. Okay.
Doofus, pull him around. Get him. I want to be on his flank.
Okay.
No idea what that means.
I go over and like grab at him, get a hold of his loincloth and start pulling.
Okay, he is having none of that. So he takes his mighty fist, muscly fist, and punches you. And I rolled a 2.
Nice.
So he does punch you right in the jaw for 2 points of damage. He says, "Bad dog!" Boom, and gives you an uppercut to the jaw for 2 damage.
I need a pencil.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you the little stars around your head for a second, but you're all right. Okay, and so Seymour.
Now, see, there's no violence here, see? I'm going to fly around him. Well, I'm going to have Ant the ant fly around him.
Okay.
And I'm going to start dropping sandbags, bombing him.
All right, so that's a throw object.
Onto Doofus.
Donk.
Probably. Needing a 3. Rolling a 9.
Okay, so yeah, you're dropping it,
Onto Doofus.
and they're landing, and they're actually like exploding when they land, like bomb. You're dropping bombs,
Like
Right.
artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Colonel Kangaroo, you hear the fighting noises, and now you hear like boom, boom, like artillery shells are going off.
Do I get shell shocked? Maybe some PTSD happens.
Or do you go into full commander mode?
I'm just gonna jump up and I'm gonna yell "Flank!" and punch him.
Okay. So go ahead and make a kangaroo punch.
7, needing a 9.
Okay. So that's 1 die of damage. So you roll 1 die.
3.
Okay. So you punch him, and he you know, the very stereotypical punching the big muscly guy, and he doesn't really move that much. He goes, ha ha ha, and he's like, you think you can handle me in a fight? Think again. And he raises his finger high into the air. All right. So what do you guys want to do?
I pluck a blade of grass and like try and hide behind it, like Colonel Kangaroo was hiding.
Okay. So you just kind of pick up,
Bing! Like a flower or something.
and scrunch down low because you're gonna hide. Okay. So make a hide roll.
Hide. I need a 1 or less.
It's a smart roll.
1 or less.
Got a 6.
Okay. Failed it by 5. Okay. So you think you're hidden though.
Hey, Colonel, I'm hiding just like you.
That's good boy.
All right, Colonel.
I'm gonna start like looking around to see if any of the sandbags are gonna be landing on me anytime soon.
No.
Concentrate the fire over me. And then I'm just gonna swing again. 4, needing a 9, so 5, and 2 damage.
Okay.
I keep dropping sandbags.
All right. another round, another sortie, another volley of sandbags falls.
Crap. 6.
Exploding all around
Needing
and,
a 3.
and big, huge, for some reason, like fiery explosions from the sandbags. But whatever. Sandbags are an amazing thing,
Don't
apparently.
worry about it, see?
All right.
They can do everything.
So,
see?
yeah. So he brings his fist down on top of your head and hits. Boom. For 6 points of damage.
Good lord.
Yeah, the mousetrap took me down 4 points.
Boom. And he's like, ha 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 ha. For no reason.
That's just what he does.
That's what he does.
I need a retreat.
Tactical withdrawal.
And I'm just gonna start moving away.
Okay. So, yeah, the big Tarzan man is watching as Colonel Kangaroo's running away. Seymour?
I'm going to yell down to him. Why don't you go ahead and take us to the Fugelberg, see? Think you know what's going on over there, see? And I'm going to roll a fast talk.
Okay.
Needing a 9, rolled a 5.
And his resist fast talk, I rolled a 4. So,
Balls. He refuses.
he's like, the Fugel? Oh. He kind of like gets like a shocked look on his face. Why would you seek to encounter that thing?
What do I want to tell him?
All right, Doofus, you're boggled. So, Doofus.
Boggle.
Okay, I hear him say the Fugel, and I feel like he knows the jungle really well, so he must have seen it. So I just come bounding over, like, just like looking all around, like, oh, the Fugel, where's the Fugel? And I like just smash right into him.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 2d6.
Breakdown door?
Yeah, we'll do a breakdown door.
Damn it.
Oh.
11.
So
I don't
yeah,
think you've
That's
made a
like
roll
my
yet.
best skill, too.
he just kind of steps back, like not. He's still looking at Colonel Kangaroo and Seymour, and you're charging kind of from behind and beside him, but he seems to notice you, and he just kind of takes one step back, and you'd fly right in front, zinging past him, and he actually sticks his foot out and trips you, and you go tumbling as well.
Nice. Blook right in the mud.
Right in sand.
Oh, in sand.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's where the new sandbox is that I've created.
So it's kind of a soft landing.
Yeah, but you slide, chin and shoulder first, feet up in the air.
I come up and sand just pours out of my mouth and nose and stuff.
That'll be $22.50, see?
Using my sand. All right, so it's at this point that you hear a very high-pitched, screechy, just horrifying noise. Monkey bark! Just really loud.
Marky Mark?
Marky.
Monkey bars.
Oh.
Which apparently is this Tarzan guy's name because he immediately goes, oh crap. And he kind of, his big stature kind of deflates and he's like, oh no. I have to go now. You are lucky. I warn you though, the Fugelbird is nothing to be messed with. And it is at this point where a very nice, long blonde hair, very well brushed, very clean looking woman in a loincloth and a loincloth bikini top kind of thing comes out. Very attractive.
This is where it's good to be 2 feet tall.
And she kind of walks out and she starts yelling at him, wagging her finger. And he bows his head and says, yes, dear, yes, dear. And he starts walking, following her as she's very angrily scolding him as they go back into the jungle.
Does Colonel Kangaroo's eyes like bug out and his jaw drops and his tongue rolls out?
No, but that would be Simone's, or Seymour. Simone Sands.
That's his name on the weekend.
That's my wife, see? Keep your hands off her, see?
Seymour Sands does, though.
Oh, okay.
That's a victory for us, guys. Let's go check out that bunker.
So, yeah, and with Monkey Bars, the Tarzan man, with him leaving, and you guys kind of gathering your thoughts, you hear...
Do I see it? Flying in the air? I see it. Do I see him? See him?
No,
We got a 24 on the 250, see?
a beautiful...
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know military.
Doofus doesn't know numbers.
A beautiful chicken-like, turkey-like, goose-like duck.
Okay. There'll be a picture on Facebook if you want to see it.
No, there won't.
Losers of initiative.
But it comes out. Imagine a turkey, duck, chicken, goose, parakeet, cockatoo.
Right, okay.
You got all that?
Stuffed inside a turkey.
Stuffed inside
A turduck and cockatoo.
Oh.
a keet.
A keet. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, let's just go like a giant bloated parakeet.
Okay.
But it kind of comes out like it's scratching its belly. Gobble, 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 gobble. And looks around in confusion. It's like, gobble, gobble.
Does Doofus speak Fugle?
I don't know. Does he?
He might think he does.
Sure, he does. He thinks he speaks Fugle.
Oh boy, I think I know what he's saying. Go gobble gobble bubble gurgle bubble. I like point and I'm just gesturing back the way we came and like waving my arms around.
I feel like at this point, Colonel Kangaroo should be like army crawling around the back.
Get in that flank.
Getting a net out or a big bag or something.
Yeah, he's just...
Okay, yeah. So after you do that, you notice the Fugelberg kind of nod, yeah?
Oh boy.
Okay, and it starts walking toward you.
He's impressively doing that voice in his other voice very well.
It just kind of walks up to you.
I can speak Rusk too.
And it gestures with one of its wings to the path you came down.
Just walks off.
Yep, he's walking back toward town with...
Get the net gun ready.
I'm going to reach into my briefcase. Rolling a 5. Needing a 5. Pulling out a big net gun. But it's like way oversized for me. Like it's Colonel Kangaroo size.
I feel like it's just like a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That fires out and the net kind of explodes out from it.
Just follow him. Make sure he doesn't escape.
He's our prisoner now.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's going willing right now, but who knows?
B.O.W.
B.O.W.
Well, Doofus is just so happy. He's just like bounding on all fours. Oh boy. Go.
And the Fugelberg just follows you all the way back to town. Really uneventful.
Okay. So while we're walking back, traveling back to town, actually, come to think of it, I don't like walking. That's like a thing of mine.
Okay.
So I'm going to reach into my briefcase and pull out a mode of transportation. Rolled a 10, needing a 5.
Oh.
My typical mode of transportation is a moped.
Yes, but instead you pull out a large, fat skunk who is more than happy to let you ride it.
Yeah, it'll work. All right.
Okay.
Does it have like the green fumes coming up off of it?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ride the back of the skunk and then...
Do you need to make a recognized dangerous object?
They can be dangerous.
rolled a 12, needing a 4.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yay. It's a mount.
That'll work. Yeah.
This is my friend.
So I'm going to ride it.
Right.
And it's probably not going much faster than I was because it's fat.
But it is, what's noticeable is it is going a little bit faster than Colonel Kangaroo.
Okay.
Placing Colonel Kangaroo slightly behind it.
Okay. for no reason.
Can I identify this dangerous thing?
Yes. Go ahead and make your roll.
Yeah, 7, needing a 9.
Okay, so you do identify its danger, but the way you identify it is by going, oh, God!
It's like being in a tiny
And
shed
that's
with
when you
Brad.
realize that you're following a skunk, and you quickly move to the side.
Yeah, I'm
after
going to
getting-
move to it's like 7 or 8.
Do it 7 or 8.
Bandit.
O'clock.
All right, so yeah, you kind of get around. But anyway,
Anyways, as we're walking, I'm going to be next to Colonel Kangaroo and be like, Grug very confused by this place. Grug see no evil, no danger.
Everything is super happy. I don't know why we got sent here.
Grug think maybe we trust the gem?
Yeah, I mean, it sent
Grug
us here
think we
for
have
a
no
reason.
friggin' choice, so...
Yeah, we're stuck here. I mean, this isn't a bad area to get stuck in. It's nice. I like it.
Grug,
it's because you're all military and stuff.
Grug think maybe we continue to blend in?
Yeah, yes, and I do have to say, you're spot on with your blend-in skills.
Grug thinks we keep Doofus out of the loop. He'd be the real danger.
He might be the true evil.
He seems very maniacal.
like Grug would use maniacal.
yeah.
He is very silver-tongued. I mean, he did talk that guy all the way back. I don't trust him.
Grug think maybe turduck and keat chicken be dangerous. Oos. Be dangerous.
Okay, so with that, you guys actually make it back to town and go to the mansion. The Fugelbird is just following Doofus. They're old friends now.
Like from up ahead, you just hear go 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 go.
Yeah, just like in the distance, yeah.
All right, so yeah, you get back to the big mansion, and he's like, "Oh, I see you've returned with the beautiful specimen. I had no idea that they are so deliciously pretty to look at."
Ooh. Doofus looks over and he sees the Fugelbird, but it's like the Fugelbird's head on top of a cooked chicken. He's like, ooh.
And the Fugelbird, hearing that, kind of like starts doing a little like runway walk and modeling its body and everything.
Seymour's gonna go over and be pushing on a lamp that's kind of wobbly. Been putting some sandbags down. He's got a new strategy he's coming up with.
Making it look like the lamp is wobbly.
Yep. And then he's gonna put some sandbags down and he's gonna fast talk. That'll be $22.50 per bag, man.
Just the most pushy salesman
just
ever.
make him buy it. Rolling a 7 of my 9 on the fast talk. Damn, I rolled a pair of ones, did you?
I got
Damn
a
it.
2. Wow. So anyway, I'm
gonna pick 'em up, put 'em back.
And Jeeves the butler kind of comes out and he's got a golden platter and there's just 2 huge white bags with dollar signs on them. Yes, here is your reward from the master for finding the Fugelbird.
Seymour's gonna do that running in place thing, and then just sprint over there and start putting it in his briefcase.
Okay, so you do that and then you sprint over there. And right before you get there, the Fugelbird, like a bullet, shoots, grabs the money, and flies out the front door. Feathers are flying off of him as he's doing this really, really fast. Zing zang, and he's got the money and he's gone.
Ah, son of a bitch, eh?
Hey, Colonel, why would a Fugelbird want a bag full of S's?
I don't. That's news to me.
And with that, just a black circle just sort of closes in around you. Ovac, Grug, sort of a moment of panic. Yeah, it's just this darkness just
The gem is gone again.
this closes in around you, and then blackness. And we'll find out what happens next week.
I feel like this is the evil we were just talking about.
We have to stop the credits at the end of each episode. That's the evil.
You have to.
Dun, 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 dun.